Hello and welcome to the AllMadeUp podcast. Today's episode was recorded at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival with our guest Micky Bartlett. So instead of doing the intro in the studio with all three of us, we're just going to do it there. So this is All Made Up with Micky Bartlett.
It's all made up again. Yeah. It's all made up again. It's all made up again. It's all made up again.
Hello and welcome to the All Made Up podcast with me, Harry Stakini.
Me, Lewis Coleman.
And me, Ben Hart.
The show where each week a guest joins us in the writer's room to create a story like you and we have never heard before.
Not quite knowing what's around the corner or what we'll find along the way, as this podcast is exactly what it says on the tin.
It's all made up.
You went for the gears this time.
Yeah.
I don't know which gear I went to. Went from first to fifth.
Let's hope it's not reverse. Yeah, always moving forward with this pod.
We've had a gun noise, we've had all sorts. But if you're watching, you can probably already see we've got the fantastic Micky Bartlett as our guest for today.
Thank you very much for coming, Micky.
Thanks for having me, guys. Thanks for making me come all this way.
Yeah.
My bedroom, which is over there.
No, I do appreciate it, mate. And just very, very quickly, I first met you, I want to say it was at the stand in, I think it was like February.
Yeah, I think it was, yeah.
Yeah. You were closing and you smashed it. You were absolutely unreal both nights.
Yeah.
I've told...
I was.
That is.
Correct.
Because I'd never come across you before. And
thank you.
I hadn't. Yeah. Now you're doing this podcast though, pal.
That always an insult, yes.
But you had that joke you got about the genie. He's like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, great. I've told that a few times to people.
In your set,
Yeah.
on different gigs.
Just played it off.
Watch it, yeah. Let him know when you come and watch it.
But it was Dan Nightingale was bigging you up as well.
Oh, yeah, that's a great one, yeah.
Yeah, but mate, you were class.
Well, cheers. You were pretty good. You weren't bad yourself, you know. You're all right.
I appreciate you.
Pretty funny guys.
First time I worked with Joe Heenan as well.
Oh, fuck, yeah. That's right.
who-
Weirdly, first time I worked with Joe that night as well.
Yeah,
I've known him for years.
So I didn't know anyone on the bill.
Yeah.
So Joe Heenan is a Scottish-based comedian who apparently does like loads of stuff online, gigs a lot, but he does the best Christopher Walken impression.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
I've ever seen.
Yours isn't bad.
No, mate, I did mine to him, and he was like, "That is awful."
Yeah.
Can I see yours?
He's Christopher. He's Christopher. Oh, I can't even say it. I fucked that joke. I was about to say he's Christopher running.
Christopher Limping.
Yeah, exactly. Christopher limping.
But yeah, Joe Heenan's was very good, and it was like the mannerisms and everything. I
I'm
thought
gonna let you get away with it. Sure.
Yeah, you need to do it.
well, mine to Joe was I said, what was it? Marsupials never scared me. No. He goes, Frankenstein never scared me. Marsupials do because they're fast.
That is all right.
Yeah, more like Christopher Warrington.
I remember getting like marsupials out, and Joe was like, "That's awful." So I was like, "Okay, cool."
Yeah, Joe's got the proper. He knows when to be like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that stuff.
Yeah,
I can do that bit. Can't make the voice. He's just like the Swedish chef. He's like hurdy-gurdy. No.
Well, we did the Friday, Saturday, and I'm pretty sure you and Joe were having beers on the Friday, weren't you?
Yeah, it was one of the nights. Yeah. We didn't actually have that many. That was one of the first weekends I've done the stand where I was like, oh, I'm in bed at 2.
Yeah.
Just like,
It's. I remember the hotel, the room you stayed in the hotel. Did it have like red triangles on either side of the bed? Yeah. But they're like the length of all the way down. They look like shackles. Like, when I got in, I was like, "Fucking, look at these."
yeah, mine were tied up, so I just kind of did that thing from Gladiators. I was just like around the bathroom.
Well, you played cards right. It could have been shackles, couldn't it?
How's your fringe going?
Do you know? I can't complain yet. I don't want to jinx it, but so far, yeah, good numbers, and I haven't had a. Well, the first show started late. It was like 15 minutes late, and then I finished 10 minutes early, so I did 25 minutes the first show.
Nice.
And I don't know how the fuck it happened.
Right.
Because I did all the material. I did the full hour.
Wow.
I just didn't take that one.
And then stood there for 25 minutes just taking in applause.
Review it. Like,
Wow. And you're at the Nucleus, aren't you?
Yeah.
What time is your show?
7:15.
Well, my plan is to try and come by tonight to watch. Because I've Connor's is on at 8:30, I think.
I think in 9:45, he's got like extra shows on at 9:45.
Yeah.
My dad is going to watch Connor. We had Connor on the pod yesterday.
Yeah.
My dad is Connor's biggest fan.
Brilliant.
Right, okay,
Yeah.
but like to the point where I'm like, ease off.
Yeah. Be cool, man. Just be cool.
Yeah. But he's going tonight, and he refers to Connor as his second son. Yeah, so it's an intimate relationship.
Yeah. Must be proper close. It's nice.
Yeah.
He said preferred son to me.
I was on
He said only son to me.
I was on your Instagram profile, and the pin video at the top was like the WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
That is such a funny idea. I would say, I said to Harry, like, did he know about it? And he said he didn't know. So basically, there's a WhatsApp group with you and a few other comedians, isn't there?
Yeah, it's a bunch of guys in Australia. So it's Nick Cody, Luke Heggie, Sean Woodland, Cameron Knight, and Conrad Hendricks.
Yeah.
And it's I only got invited in the last few months, but I've heard about this legendary WhatsApp group where all you're allowed to do is fart. So
That's it.
You can fart or every so often review a fart.
So just voice noting farts.
Yeah. And I'm the youngest one in the group. I'm 36. The rest of these guys are in their 40s, have kids and shit. But it's like, I think there was a guy in the group before me that kicked out because he kept being like, who books that gig? And they were like, it's not the place. You're out. And it's like, honestly, it's the best thing. I've actually, since that clip's gone, it's got about.
It's gone crazy. It's gone crazy.
And I've had so many people message me going, man, we've started one now, and it is good for your mental health.
Yeah.
What's the group called?
It's called A Bit More Choke.
A Bit More Choke.
Yeah, you need to give it a bit more choke. But it's like, it's you wake up in the morning, you're like, oh my God, 5 new farts.
Yeah.
30 seconds.
There was one guy that did a 12-second one. It was a belter.
That's the one I heard.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I wonder if like there was like some colon doctor listening to it being like, they need to get checked out.
There's one guy that definitely has a loose rectum. Like every time he does it, it sounds like he's like just throwing a tent into the wind.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you're very well, bro. You know?
What was kicked out?
I would be a bit nervous, I think, putting my first fart in the group.
Do you know what the problem is? I'm a pretty good farter, but since I've been in this group, every time I try to fart into the group, it just goes poof, and I'm like,
yeah. Are you making sure like it's one of them where you've locked the recording so it keeps recording so you don't send it accidentally and put a shit one in?
Yeah. That's the thing. Yeah.
Fear fart.
Absolutely. You know? And then I had a few times where I was trying to, because I could feel one brewing, I'm going, I'm trying to get into the group.
Yeah.
So I've just got the voice memos right at the front screen, like at the front of my phone, so we just get straight into it. But I keep missing them.
Do you ever like prepare? Like, do you ever like, I've got one brewing here, and like you sit at home, you lie in the bed, make yourself feel comfortable, have a couple of fizzy drinks.
There's a couple of times I've tried it where I went and got really drunk and had a really crappy Chinese, and I'm like, tomorrow is going to be redemption day, and then it just doesn't happen. I just get butt shy.
Who's the most butt shy? Wow. Who's the most prolific?
It's a sort of 3-way tie between Luke Heggie, Cam Knight, and Sean.
All right.
Nick Cody hasn't sent one in once, so he's just listening to them.
I feel like surely if you're part of that group, you need to be doing it either once a week or you're not in the group.
Yeah, totally. It should be a revolving, like a league sort of system.
Yeah.
Contribute,
And I've had a bunch of people being like, man, can we join the group? And I'm like, it's not my group.
Yeah.
I'm the new guy.
Yeah.
I had to audition, mate, honestly. It was insane.
And the fart's simply the best.
They said to me at the end, you've got the fart.
I like that.
The brown buzzer.
Well, what I was going to say, just before we sort of like hop into the podcast, I went and watched a compilation show last night, comedians Aaron Wood's compilation at Hoots and Annie's or something near Grassmarket.
Yeah, I think it's a new gig this year.
And Ben was on the gig last night, and obviously me and you have seen Ben host his own sort of comedy night.
Aaron was a gig in Manchester.
Yeah, Ben was a gig in Manchester. Anyway, Aaron's running this gig, like comparing, doing a good job, and then obviously first comedian goes on, does his bit, and then Ben comes on. And before he came on, he said to me, yeah, Lewis, I just want to try some new material tonight. I've got this bit about Crocs, what I want to try. I think it's going to be really funny. Yeah, I've been going over my scripts. Yeah, this, that, and the other. Gets on stage and for 10 minutes just tells the audience to shut up.
That's what they wanted.
But the audience were like, at first they were like, did he just tell us to shut up? And then I thought this could go either way, and then he just doubled down, telling old people to shut up, saying like he was just being nasty all the way through it. And it was MC.
Loved it. They loved it. At the end, they were like, "You were brilliant."
Shut up!
Honestly, they were laughing. They were telling him shut up. They weren't laughing. They were telling him to shut up. It was just constant, and I just thought.
I told the guy from the military I was going to knock him out.
Yeah.
I was like, "I'll knock you out, son." I was like, thinking he's like in the infantry.
His bit about Crocs didn't make the set. Which was
about 8 minutes in, I went, I should probably tell a joke. I was enjoying it. They were liking it. So
you immediately went on, and they were like, "Give it up for Ben Hart." And they were cheering, and you just stopped it dead by saying, "Shut up."
No, I walked on, and there were a couple of guys in the front that were like, just wouldn't shut up all the way through.
Yeah, they were military lads. Yeah,
and I said to him like, "Oh." They'd been like harassing Aaron, and he was like, I was like, "Oh, well, thank you for your service. Obviously, I'll try to like befriend them." Then they started talking. I went, "Listen, shut your fucking mouth." And then they were like, and then somebody else was like, and there was like one half of the room was quiet, and I was just going way more from, and then they were just like, "We're from Pennsylvania."
Oh yeah, some Americans were in it.
Pennsylvania.
Like so dead.
Yeah,
They were
yeah.
like, yeah, they were barely alive. Like,
Yeah.
And then at the back, one girl kept talking, and I think people were like started talking to be told to shut up.
Yeah.
It became like the catchphrase. I was just like, shut the fuck up.
It was a whirlwind. It was an experience, and I enjoyed it a lot.
Energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben has it. That's his style at times. Like I watched him MC. Me and Lewis were doing this gig for him in Manchester, and obviously as an MC, it's quite an important role.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You've got to make the room feel connected
Yeah,
together.
yeah. You are the show.
Yeah, you are the show. Yeah. Or you come on as Ben does, and you just point at someone in the front row and go, "Name."
Either way, they love it.
Some guy
They
went
love
to
it.
go.
Yeah.
That's great. I enjoy that. I'd be like,
Name.
Paul. Oh fuck.
They love it. That's what they want.
Yeah.
They want that.
Yeah, and if they don't want that, you tell them that's what they want.
I remember there was a guy who was trying to go to the loo, and I was about to go on. He was like, "Sit down, pal. Your headliner's about to come on." And he was like,
Remember when I went last night, I went, listen, that was much funnier than that.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Oh, yeah, when
I
they
went, that was
were.
much funnier than that, so laugh again. They all laughed. They were pardon my hands, mate.
I love it. I had a guy in my show on Saturday night. Just front row, so just the usual stuff will come out. I'm like, "What's your name?" And he goes, "Clint." And I'm like, "Fuck off." I swear to God, he goes, "Ask me my surname." And I'm like, "No, it isn't. No, it fucking isn't." And he whipped his ID out. His name was fucking Clint Eastwood.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, "What do you do for a living?" And he goes, "I work for my wife." And I was like, "You're so not Clint Eastwood."
Yeah.
So you didn't go, what do you do, punk?
Yeah. I know what you're thinking. Did I ask 5 questions or 6?
But no, it's fun. It's a really nice gig, that Aaron's
nice?
gig. Yeah, if you got like a free night, you want to do a gig, just drop Aaron a message. It's a really nice
"Well,
gig to do.
yeah, I had an early one last night. I went home, but I am gonna go and do the gig."
Well, you would have probably really upset because I rocked the house so much that you probably would have been upset with going on after me.
Yeah, I would have.
So it's been hard to follow.
You'd been hard to follow.
Yeah.
And on that note, we are going to get in to the All Made Up podcast
Yes.
with Micky Bartlett.
I'm shitting myself.
It's all made up, baby.
So, Micky, thank you once again for coming onto the pod. I know, yeah.
I do these all the time.
So, just in case you don't know, which you don't, I'll go over what it is we do here at the All Made Up podcast. So, essentially what we do is we create a story together.
Cool.
This is a writer's room. You're the lead writer, and we just help you along the way. You can see it.
Even saying lead writers just stress me the fuck out.
Yeah.
I should not be allowed this responsibility. I do dick jokes and faces, guys.
Right, well, like you see, like in front of you, you've got 3 pots. There's like a green pot, a red pot, and a yellow one. The green one is going to be like our start sentence. The red one's going to be our end sentence. And the yellow ones are just like little curveballs in between to get us to where we need to be. But before we sort of delve into them, we just create a character that we're going to make to travel through this world. So first things first, what would you like your character's name for today to be?
Chester Foxington.
Chester Foxington, right, okay. I love that a
So
lot.
suave guy.
The third.
The third. Hey, we've added the third
Yeah, but
before.
yeah.
This is the second.
Oh, then the fourth.
Chester Foxington IV.
Yeah.
And, is his nickname Foxy?
No, he hates that.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
He fucking hates it.
Okay.
He wants to be called Chester.
Yeah, or Mr. Foxington.
Okay.
Mr.
The third, fourth.
Right, okay. So how old is this guy?
I would say he's around 41.
41,
Yeah,
right?
yesterday was 40. Connor's character was 40.
Yeah. 41 though, this one.
yeah,
It's just
yeah,
adding 1 onto everything.
41, never took a wife.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Through choice?
Well, we'll find out.
Right. Choice. Yeah.
Okay, and what's Chestington?
Foxington.
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 Yeah.
Chester Foxington.
Yeah, Chester Foxington.
Harry's a big trouble with names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay, I made it up there now. I'm going to forget the story.
What does he do for the job?
Oh, he's just a philanthropist. He's just...
Oh, right. so he's
right.
rich.
Yeah,
He's-
he's minted. Yeah, he's proper rich. For old money, though.
Right, so is it
So he
inherent?
yeah, like
Yeah.
he's never. Has he ever worked? So he's just been
No,
like,
never in his life.
Oh, okay. Parents still around or not at all?
Mummy still is.
Is
She's mummy as well.
Yeah.
not
Oh
even
yeah,
mother.
calls him mummy as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And where's his base? Like, is it...
Foxington Manor.
Okay, is that the north, the south? Is it in Ireland?
No, it'll be fucking
Like one of them guys from Ireland that has a really strong
Yeah, it'll-
English accent.
yeah.
I mean-
It'll be somewhere depending on what noise comes out of my mouth, and then we'll just guess.
We'll just roll with it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yesterday was the Galapagos Islands.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, he should be on an island, shouldn't he?
Maybe like the Isle of Man.
Yeah, do you know what? I'm going to go. Yeah, we'll go for Isle of Man because anyone can live there.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's tax haven, isn't it?
Exactly.
It's like yeah.
I like that.
Have you ever gigged in the Isle of Man quickly?
No, actually, no.
No, I haven't, but I've heard it's mental. Like, they have a big motocross, like MotoGP
Yeah,
race there.
TT, yeah, the TT race.
Like mad laws. But yeah, so Isle of Man, and he obviously lives in a big manor.
Yeah.
And is all by himself, no pets or anything like that?
He has a couple of pet budgies,
Right.
but he has misplaced them.
Oh,
Right.
in the huge house.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just lost them. He's
Yeah.
like, yeah, okay, I like that. I do like that a lot. Actually.
And is his manor, is the house he lives in? In my head, I've got it like a bit of a castle type thing rather than a stately home. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's more of a castle, but it is a bit dilapidated. It's
Right.
kind of falling apart because he's an international playboy.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah.
so he's never really there.
Yeah, well, no, he's always there, but up here.
The international playboy, the Isle of Man.
Yeah, exactly.
He just follows a lot of people on Instagram from around the world.
Yeah.
And in terms of like relationships, is he looking for one or not? Or
Always.
Always.
Constantly.
Right.
So he does
okay.
want a relationship.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. So is he maybe like, does he want a relationship like quite recently, or has he always wanted to have a wife and kids?
Well, it's just Mummy doesn't like any of the women he brought home.
Is Mummy in the manor?
Always.
Always, right.
Misplaced
Okay.
there as well.
Yeah.
Got a clue.
I suppose the pressure.
Budgie
for him
shit
to
all
have
over
a
her.
kid. Is there a pressure to have an heir?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because obviously it's an old family like
Yeah.
Chester.
Yeah, if he
Foxington.
doesn't have
Foxington.
kids soon, his brother Rupert Foxington
Oh,
inherits everything.
Right.
How old's Rupert?
Rupert's 19.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
what a gap!
He's almost being usurped because he's
Yeah,
younger
yeah.
as well.
He's definitely an accident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's just like put an age on Mummy. So if Chester's 41, Mummy is
45.
right. Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay, let's
Well,
not get into that one.
Yeah.
Is it his biological mum then?
Well, I don't know.
Right.
He doesn't. I mean, I
Okay,
think.
because if
Yeah.
it is, that is mad. If she
Yeah,
had him
yeah.
at 4.
Or was
Hello,
his
man.
dad? Was his dad friends with Ghislaine Maxwell? Yeah.
No, she was just born on a leap year.
Yeah. 4 years.
Born on a leap year.
Right. Okay. If we're making that
funny.
work, right. So we're saying his mum's 45. Okay, and he's 41. So I reckon his dad had a marriage that didn't work out, and he went with a younger woman who
Yeah.
became his stepmom.
That's a
Yeah.
good shout.
Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
his real mum is deceased, or he's not speaking to.
Yeah.
It's his stepmom, who's a couple of years older, and his
Yeah.
dad's not in the picture anymore.
Let's
Do you know
say-
what I mean?
Yes,
Yeah.
let's say his dad like died at the age of like 95.
Yeah, he
so
was-
like he was, just a bag of dust.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
meant-
She's married this young woman. What's the mummy called? 45-year-old mum. Just mummy.
Yeah, just Mummy. That's
Okay,
all. That's
so-
all I know her as.
Okay, so mummy, mummy married Foxington III.
Yeah.
He then died, and he's obviously seen through the fact like she's not with him for love, she's with him for money, and then she's had a son called Rupert, and Chestington.
So she
Yeah.
wants Rupert in there.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
She
yeah.
wants Rupert to be the heir
Yeah.
to this throne because it's her bloodline. Whereas obviously Chester himself,
Okay.
I like that. That's a weird dynamic, but I like it a
Yeah.
lot.
It's getting very Game of Thrones. Very.
Yeah, but it adds tension, doesn't it? It adds a bit of tension.
And
to start.
is it? Are we in modern day? Is it?
Yeah.
Right. Cool. I like that.
And just quickly, like, if he's got all this money, has he got any aspirations to get off the Isle of Man, or is it more like
Well, no, the thing is, he's just been on the Isle of Man his entire life.
right?
He's never known anything
never
different.
left.
Imagine if he's that minted, he's like, do you know what, I'm just going to extend the island. I'm just going to start building.
Until he eventually hits Liverpool.
Yeah.
You don't need a ferry anymore, lads. I've sorted it.
So if he's a philanthropist, like, what type of stuff does he philanthropy in?
Well, he's failed at everything.
Oh, right.
So Chester Foxington IV was an oil tycoon that found oil on the
Right.
Isle of Man a long time ago.
Yeah.
And that's where they've made all their money in
Yeah.
barrels.
It's the oil of man.
Yeah. That's exactly what it's called.
We'll never find it. Write that down. Patent it. Yeah.
Right. Okay. I think we've put a good bit of like flesh on Chester
Yeah.
Foxington
Yeah.
here for us to sort of get into the storyline. So if you pick up one of them green cards, Mickey, there is a blank where you are going to say Chester Foxington, and then just say the rest of the sentence.
Chester looked in the mirror and it shocked them to their core.
Right. Okay.
that.
And we are going to find out how this story ends. So if you pick one of the red ones, this is what we're going to work towards.
And God replied, "All you do is moan."
Right, okay.
That's sounding more authentic in your accent. You know?
Fuck up.
Okay.
I think I've done something wrong. Yeah, he said that.
I like that.
Yeah.
So if he's looked in the mirror and it shocked him to his core, we didn't get an idea of what he looks like.
Yeah.
So like, what
Is he a big build? Has he got
Yeah.
longer? Is he
woke up,
skinhead?
cock my head, like, what shocked him?
Well, long face, really rich, like inbred families always have really long faces, don't they?
He's got those big old man ears, but he's not old enough to have them.
Right.
Yeah,
Those
horse
swinging-
face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Camilla Parker Bowles with a crew cut.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Stop it! Whoa! Give me that pillow.
How tall is he?
He's about 5'10".
5'10". Right. Okay.
Average height man.
Yeah.
What's that? Average. Yeah.
average
Average.
height man, mate,
Yeah.
yeah.
It sounded like you needed it to be average height
Yeah,
then because you were.
That is average, isn't
I
it?
thought that was slightly above average. No?
Okay, I like that.
That's 6 foot in your dating profile, Harry.
So, and in terms of
Doing
just
matching with me.
in terms of clothing, is he wearing like a gown or something like that? Is he wearing like stately clothes? Like what?
It's always smoking jackets.
Always smoking.
Everything's velvet.
Right, I like that.
Okay.
Okay. So, what room is this mirror in? Is it the bathroom? Is it his bedroom? Is it?
Maybe he's just got a room full of mirrors.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
you
it's
know
called
what
the
I mean?
viewing room.
Yeah,
he
the laser quest room.
Yeah, he's got a room full of mirrors for whenever he wants a kung fu fight.
So he can work on his technique from every angle. Right, I like that.
That's funny. That's a funny image.
Yeah.
In his smoking jacket,
Yeah,
though.
he's in a velvet gi.
But like karate bottoms, but a velvet jacket up top,
Is he?
and a cigar.
Is he a vain fella? Does he fancy
incredibly.
himself?
Yeah.
But and is he a looker or
No,
not? He's
at
not a
all.
looker.
He
But
has a wart
right.
on
Oh,
his nose.
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that run in
Okay.
the family, maybe, and that's why you won't get rid of it.
Yeah, exactly. They all have them. Every Foxington had the
Right.
same wart.
Right. Okay.
And
So
that's why he hates Rupert, because Rupert is wartless.
well, yeah, different
Yeah.
bloodline.
Yeah.
Different bloodline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But shares Foxington as his last name, of
Yeah.
course,
Yeah.
because of
Well, she technically, mummy's his mum. So like, the will, the land, and everything is going to him.
yeah, unless he
kids,
gets
yeah.
married.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we've got to figure out what he sees in this mirror to shock him to his core. Is it like he sees mummy in the background doing something? Does he see his younger brother? Is it something on his face? Is it something on his
Mummy's
body?
approaching with a tube of bazooka
Okay.
to try
Right.
and remove the wart
Off his
off
nose.
his nose.
Right. Okay.
And he knows he can't have that taken.
Right. Okay.
So that's
Because it ruined his claim.
that's
to
yeah,
the-
that's a done.
Yeah. There's like oil paintings in the house of the line of Foxingtons, and they've all got warts.
Yeah.
And he's like, if this is removed,
Yeah.
I'm already not in the will.
And he's also very suspicious. He thinks she's going to remove it and give it to Rupert.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he is
horrible.
is in his house of mirrors.
You could just grow what? Touch it with a nose.
Yeah.
Much easier.
Eskimo kissing him like that.
It'd be much more productive way of doing it.
Yeah, just Eskimo kiss.
Yeah.
So basically, is he in his room of mirrors practicing his taekwondo, and then he sees in one of the mirrors is she approaching him with the bazooka, or is he seeing her sort of like purchase it? Like, what is it?
He sees her sort of brandish it
Yeah, like
as if 'twere a knife.
exactly.
We should probably just clarify. I keep saying bazooka. Bazooka, that veruca is what
Yeah,
you mean.
yeah.
It's like-
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not even
Just got
four
a
warts.
firearm on her shoulder. Just before anyone's like, why is no one mentioning there's a weapon in this? No.
It's a lot for a wart on his nose.
Yeah. You can buy
Big fucking wart.
buy it from Boots. So
Yeah, I like that. So he's seen that happen, and it shocked him because has he always had a bit of an inkling that her sort of aim was to basically take over this empire? Has he always known that, or is it just something that he's realised recently? Do you know what I mean? I'm just thinking, if it shocked him to his core, he's obviously not expecting her to come and do that to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They've had no previous.
yeah, no, I reckon he's always been suspect of her. I
Right.
just think he's surprised she's going to this length now.
Yeah.
Because if that's the only thing that identifies him to his dad, obviously his name as well, but like she has his name because she married his dad.
Yeah.
So that is like the last kind of piece of his identity. So obviously he wants to keep it as much as possible. So yeah, he's shocked because he's like, well, Jesus, this woman's capable of anything.
Right, okay, so let's say that she's gone to brandish the bazooka, that veruca,
Yeah.
gone for aim it at the nose, at the warts, and he's seen it, and he stopped her, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's sort of like,
I reckon-
He straight away just broke into a defence.
I reckon he roundhouses it out of her hand.
Yeah.
Right, so he turns
Yeah.
around, "Kwata!" and it just... you know
yeah,
what I mean?
it splats against the mirrors.
Yeah.
yeah. Like a Kill
one,
Bill
one
blood.
of the mirrors breaks, and then she's like, "That's unlucky."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh no," because he's quite superstitious.
Yeah.
Right.
So now he's in a fucking complete world of mental panic.
Right, okay.
Does Mummy sort of try and defend her actions, sort of say, oh no, I wasn't aiming for... Does she sort of say, oh no, I wasn't aiming for your nose, I was just...
I was going to put it back in the cupboard.
Yeah. Do you know what? Like, because if she did do that and he's kicked it out of her hand, then obviously there's going to be an argument or something, isn't there? Or is he just used to this now, her constantly trying to get this water off his nose?
Yeah, I think she's...
This isn't her first attempt.
I think she's trying to play it off like, come on, let me just try. You know, like she's not being open about what her intent is.
Or maybe he's like, this is stopping you getting a wife.
Yeah.
I'm trying to help you.
Yeah, that's it. That's the motive.
But his argument is always, well, Dad had 2 wives and he had one.
Yeah.
So obviously there's something sexy about it.
Right.
Yeah,
She's
Okay.
going
Right.
the whole time.
Yeah, I like that. So basically, the motive is just to a recap. She's want to get this wart to put it on her son so that she can have a better claim to the throne or whatever. He is looking for love. Remember, he's still trying to find somebody, and she's saying you'll have a better chance if you get rid of this wart on your nose. That's the gist.
But also, there's a lot of people that maybe believe that she isn't, or the Rupert is not Chester Foxington III's son because he doesn't have the wart.
Right. Okay. So that validates the claim.
So he now knows if she takes this wart, there's no reason for me to be alive anymore. What's going to happen next?
Yeah.
Which is why he's been practicing taekwondo.
Right.
That makes sense.
Okay.
And obviously the smash the mirror, are we going to keep that being relevant as unlucky?
Yeah, I think that's just like playing with his head, isn't it?
Yeah.
She said
Maybe
a
you
bit.
stop your bad luck if you smash a mirror. You know you do it, don't you?
How'd you do that?
You have to chuck the shards into a stream that flows east. Apparently, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Because I once smashed a mirror and I panicked like fuck. So I googled it and I was like, I need to find a river that goes east. And I went all the way to the Mersey.
Yeah, imagine if you got the Nile.
I was just like,
Who's Nile?
I was like, I googled it and I made someone drive me to it so I could chuck these shards
Put the
in.
shards in a wicker basket and send it down the river.
All these kids are like, and standing on this glass I've just chucked in there.
Just wasted all that cocaine.
But no, sorry to sidetrack. I just wanted to.
No, I like that.
Yeah,
That could
yeah.
become relevant later
Yeah,
on. We
well,
don't
yeah.
know. Okay, so I think we're at a nice point now. I think we pick up one of our prompts, which is the yellow cards, and this is just going to take the story in a little bit of a different direction. We're going to incorporate it.
Elton John appeared out of nowhere.
That's it. Yeah.
Right, okay, so we've got a few minutes to try and get that into our story. So, I've got a thought. You got a thought?
I've got a thought.
Go on.
Right, okay. I think I really like Elton John. Big fan, right? I think I wrote that one. But I like the idea of, say, Chestington. Yeah?
Chester
Foxington.
Chester Foxington,
Yeah.
right?
I'm going to get you.
Let's say he's managed to kind of get himself a date lined up, right? And he gets Elton John to appear to perform for them at this date, which would be like insane. But obviously, if he's minting and got all this money, he can make it happen. So that's the idea I have. For
Right,
it.
okay, this is the idea that I've got, and then I'm guessing you've got one brewing as well. Right, okay. So my idea is, obviously, he's on an island, like Isle of Man, and he's full of money. So I think he hosts a concert on the island to get loads of people in. So there's like loads of potential.
Only
sort
single women can arrive.
Exactly, that
He
sort
likes
of
the
thing.
festival type.
Yeah. Okay, and what was your...
Mine was that the cause of death for Chester Foxington III was he died suspiciously in a Parisian tunnel. And Foxington IV was like, oh, I wish I had a song about this. And then Elton John appeared out of nowhere.
Okay, so we're carrying on the Diana thing.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Goodbye, Chester's nose, because of the wart.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Well, I'm happy with any.
I like that one. I prefer your two over mine. I think if we go down the route of him dying and Elton John has written a song for his dad, it's like they must still be in touch afterwards. But I think the festival's got more legs of where we could go.
I just think the fact that there's going to be a potential wife for him out there, I think it invites that when there's a festival, isn't there?
Yeah. Well, let's tell you what. Why don't we have the...
We can incorporate them both,
Yeah,
I think.
So what if the dad died? Obviously, we know he's died, and in a Parisian tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was...
But not the same one.
Yeah, it's
It was a different one.
Yeah, just coincidence.
The Parisian tunnel is actually the name of a nightclub.
Yeah. What if...
Yeah, I
bad
like
went
I thought you were talking about the catacombs for a second. I was completely lost there. I was in Paris, when Princess Diana died.
Were you?
Yeah. I was in a taxi. I was just playing with a laser pen at the back. No, I was actually there when she died. Yeah, I was also in Aberdeen when the Queen died. So she died near Aberdeen.
Oh, did she?
Yeah. But the hospital was there. And I'm banned from going anywhere that Charles goes. yeah.
Okay.
It's the true story. Everywhere someone's died, I feel like.
You know what?
We're in a Pizza Express.
I reckon, mate.
No, I'm not a young woman.
When you put them shards of glass in a river that went east, it didn't work. You know, because by the sounds of it, you broke a mirror, and then it's fuck.
It ended up in a glass of water in Aberdeen.
Cause of death. Yeah, she only drink tap water weirdly.
It's like non-alcoholic Goldschlager.
That's what the third was drinking in this Parisian nightclub. That's what's killed him. It's a shard of mirror. I like
What awful death that would be.
Yeah, just drunk it, just shards of mirror in it. Like
also, not noticing a shard.
Yeah, it was a surprisingly big shard. Like people were like, I don't know how I didn't see it.
it's like fiberglass. It sort of like got into the water and sort of like tore away his lungs. You know what I mean? It was just, it was quite disgusting.
Death,
yeah.
Speaking of which, allow me to vape.
Right. Okay. So Elton John.
Elton John penned a song for the Chester Foxington IV.
And they've kept in touch.
They kept in touch. He's putting on a festival. Elton John's headlining, obviously, because he's got a connection to the family.
And obviously, Are You Ready for Love is like perfect. You know.
Yeah.
All these single women.
Yeah.
And Chestington's like, this is the time.
Yeah, it's like the time is now. Okay, so what is the name of the festival? What is he calling it?
Circle of Life.
The Circle of Life. That is unbelievable. I absolutely love that. The Circle of Life.
Circle of Life, I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
And the demographic attending, what's the age range on it, Mickey?
Oh, it's 25 to 35.
Right.
Okay.
So they need to be in their prime breeding years.
Yeah.
Obviously, because
that's one of the stages.
Prime breeding years.
Prime breeding years.
What's that on a date? How old are you? Prime breeding years, yeah.
I imagine like every stage and like every band that appears like are only playing their most famous love tracks. Do you know what I mean? Just to help with the wooing of these women. Yeah. And obviously there's only one which he's going to wife up. Or is there more than one because his father had two?
Yeah, but not at the same time.
Right, yeah, of course.
So he's got Elton John there. Who else has he got at this? What other artists are performing?
I think he's got How Deep Is Your Love? Is Your Love? Who's that?
The Bee Gees.
Bee Gees.
Yeah. Two of those guys are dead though.
Yeah, so he has the last one.
The last, the bee.
He's got like a hologram of George Michael singing Careless Whisper.
Yeah. A lot of hologram.
No, Have a Voyage, but like George Michael.
And he's also planned to do the sax solo.
Yeah.
He's been practicing, but he's not very good.
For 2 weeks.
Yeah. He's going to do it anyway.
All right. Anyone else? What about Luther Vandross?
Yeah.
Something like
Michael Bolton.
Yes.
Yeah.
All of those guys.
There's a late night set with Barry White. Which really gets people going.
Maybe we should get someone that's alive.
No, I think
Stevie Wonder's playing the midnight stage.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
What I like is because he has got so much money, I think the hologram thing isn't out of his reach.
No,
you know what I mean?
not.
I think he can afford it. He's wedged, so like I think he's got the infrastructure and fair play to him.
It's money, do what he wants with it.
Yeah, so right, let's say the festival. It's the day of the festival. Let's just fast forward a bit in time. It's the day of the festival. How much are tickets?
Well, it's free because he's invited all the top.
Right, the top.
The top sort of best of
How do they
females.
apply? Is it just like, there's this? He's put it out. He's put advertisements out on TV. Is it
It's
online?
like Hollister, you know, when you apply for Hollister, they have to be like a 7 out of 10 to work there.
Right. Okay.
That's actually a thing. They got rid of it recently.
Yeah.
Yeah. The person who was interviewing you had to. So he's got like a team, I think, that are vetting people.
Right. He's employed a team.
Yeah. He's got like certain like I want.
And
to
their armbands are for the festival are color coordinated, so it's kind of like much like this. Green for absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
Yellow for 32.
Yeah.
And red's kind of like, I don't think this is going to work out, but we'll see.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Great personality.
Thanks for coming.
Red is like, you need 4 pints.
That's funny. Yeah. John off pints. Green is no pints.
yeah.
4 pints that. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So, and how many people are attending this festival?
I was going to say there's 10,000 women.
10,000 women.
That's the amount of money he has that he can get something like this.
Yeah.
And he's a sought after man.
And obviously it's like he's got a lot of money. He's got a lot of money, and
Yeah, people will want to go, won't they?
Yeah. It's almost like,
MTV are also making a show
of course they are.
about it.
Yeah,
It's
it's
kind of the warty bachelor
it's
situation.
it's like reality TV, isn't it? Reality TV, and it's almost like a competition. And there'll be a camera crew following him around, Yeah, I like it. I think this is a very good premise.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So day of the festival, 10,000 women have arrived. where is he? Is he sort of watching from the manor, like with binos, or is he on the stage? Is he at the doors watching them come in?
He has a kind of, because he's quite an egotistical guy, he thought he was going to walk out and look like royalty on a balcony, but it came across very Kim Jong-il.
Right,
yeah. Because he had all his armaments front, which is just 4 double-barrel shotguns, but it still looks a bit North Korean.
So how does he make his entrance then? Does he come in like on horseback? Does he come down like a big love lift?
First of all, it comes out just curtains, just these massive red curtains. He walks out with all his war medals. He's never been to war.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. He walks out. There's war medals. There's like a badge for swimming, helping an old lady.
Yeah.
There's a lot of medals going on.
Yeah.
And they're all silver. There isn't a gold medal between them.
Yeah.
That's really,
Rupert's trophy cabinet is full of gold though. Like he's he's a sporty lad, athletic. Yeah.
And is Rupert allowed at this festival, by the way?
Rupert isn't allowed, but Rupert's going to try and get in.
Okay. Right.
Well, he's going to try and get out of his room because I imagine Rupert's locked in this manor somewhere.
But Rupert's also very athletic, so he was able to climb out of one of the big windows of the manor.
Yeah. And what's Mummy's perspective on all this? Like, what has she had a conversation with him about it, or
she's probably stressed because she's like, it could potentially. Well, there's 10,000 women. I'd like to see at least one of them.
Well, I think the thing
all Mummy's thinking about, because even though she has a younger sort of trophy wife, she's also quite a good woman.
Yeah.
She's just thinking, have I made enough sandwiches?
Right. Okay. So she's put a full spread on.
Yeah, she's put a full spread on.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm paying for the lot, but I'm not doing the catering.
Yeah. It's like I've been doing egg and onion all morning.
her eyes are just fucking red raw.
Yeah. Red raw.
Oh, yeah. So what I'm thinking is, if she doesn't want him to marry, clearly, like, because that goes against everything that she's trying to achieve.
Yeah.
So is there an element of her, like, have you seen Game of Thrones where Cersei Lannister sort of blows everyone up with wildfire? You remember that scene?
Yeah.
Is she trying to like is she trying her best to sort of like maybe stop anybody marrying him? Is she like whispering in people's
ears? That's why she
ear?
made so much egg and onion.
Right.
Because there's less chance of kissing.
Of course. Right.
Very good point.
I get that. I get that. Okay.
And she's banned toothpaste from the.
Yeah, I think she's just trying to make it difficult. Anything she can do.
Yeah.
She's
not a very sexy sandwich, egg and onion.
Oh yeah, not at all.
Fucking
Yeah.
It's very sorry for your loss.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never even known that to be a combo.
Right. Okay. So, and I reckon, in fact, let's have this festival. So it's the start of the day. Let's say it's like 12 p.m. Early bands are on. Luther Vandross is playing his set, and headlining at 10 p.m. is Elton John.
Yeah.
And basically, the premise of the MTV show is, by this song finishing, he has to have married. He has to have like found his soulmate, sort of thing. So we've got a bit of a timeline. I reckon we get one more prompt. We'll work that in. And then, just as a reminder for the listener, we'll say the red one after it.
So they're booked into a Mexican swingers hotel.
Literally, you've picked every single one that he picked yesterday.
Punches started getting thrown at parents' evening.
Right, okay. That's going to be difficult, but we'll get there.
Yeah. What was it? Ponchos?
What if
punches?
Punches.
Oh, punches.
What if
There's ponchos.
my idea for that is, what if 110? Okay, because obviously he's trying to find like the perfect suitor. 110 is like activities as future parents, right? And one of them is a parents' evening tent. And like he's with this woman who he thinks could be the one.
Yeah.
And then a teacher, obviously, that's role playing is like, your son, he's got to sort that wart out on his nose, and she's like, how dare you say that about my son? And then obviously it all kicks off.
Yeah, I like that. He's basically putting him through trials at the festival.
Was a teacher saying that to us?
Yeah.
There's like, your son didn't sort that water out. It's disgusting.
But yeah, there's like a parents'
Put me off long division.
That's filthy, that.
Parents' evening tent, packed lunch tent, school run tent.
Yeah, he's a horrible man, this guy. Like, I mean, them activities he's setting these women up for, like, it's purely stereotypical.
There's a breastfeeding tent.
There's a tent with just a really dusty carpet. And no vacuum. He's like, you do it.
Yeah.
They have
Figure
to
it
whack
out.
it.
Yeah.
Don't they whack a rug? It all gets all stuff just there, like whacking it over and over again.
But the thing is, these women are sort of like, they understand that this is very degrading, that they get what they're getting put through.
Yeah.
But they're thinking, at the end of this, I can marry this guy.
Yeah.
And I can get loads of money. And there's nothing against them leaving him again. You know what I mean?
He might be a nice guy. We're not actually.
Well, he doesn't sound like a nice guy.
I don't think he sounds amazing.
I don't know, Harry. You can never judge.
No, I'm judging him.
Yeah. I mean, there's still room for growth and change.
Yeah.
But we've only got one day.
I'm expecting a lot, but it's not out of the realms of possibility.
Okay, yeah. So I like the parents' evening thing. How you've like covered that. I think that was very good. So they've been putting through trials instead of like games activities, like throwing like what stuff do you do at festivals games wise? There's always like activities on, isn't there?
Yeah, well, I'm
It's like who can take the most drugs.
Yeah.
Losers always end up in the medical tent.
There is a medical tent there, and that is also a trial.
Yeah.
Is that how would you look after our kid if they were to like injure themselves?
Yeah, they get the option of a plaster, wet paper towel. Different.
Bottle of Calpol.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right, so I reckon the games they're playing are like they've got to like it's like a treasure hunt. You know what I mean? They've got to like go and find different things. So it might be a case of like, right, we're getting ready to go to school. You need to have like school bag ready.
Yeah.
Right, make sure that they're dressed appropriately. There's like a nappy changing station, like things that they're going to practically need.
Yeah, and that's instead of like what you would actually find at a festival. I like that.
Yeah.
So go on.
That's actually that's there before the music even starts. He's whittling them down at the first trial.
Yeah.
Is right. You got to go through school bag tent.
It's Squid Game.
Yeah. Squid Game. Yeah, and he's just getting rid of them.
Yeah,
And
executing them after.
I think he does. You know.
He does. With kung fu moves.
Yeah.
He's just
he just scares them.
He knows Bruce Lee's like he's learnt the death whack.
Yeah.
What
He's
if-
like, be like water, my child.
What if he's got like a line of them coming at him, and all he does is just put them to sleep, right? Okay, so he don't kill them, but they're out.
And he puts them on a barge.
He just puts them to sleep, and then the other women have to carry the other ones, put them on another pile, and whatever he's not gone. Just keeps putting them out. So they're not dying, it's not cruelty to women, it's just more
It's just massive and misogynistic, all these trials, and he eventually assaults them.
And all those women know this is going to happen, but they're still there. I don't think so.
Our argument is, well, they're getting a good deal out of it.
Instead of
They're getting a good wage at the end.
Yeah, either clean the house or get choked. It's up to you, sweetheart.
because this is not a reflection of me, right? But just because he's obviously always wearing velvet.
He's in his gi. He's always in his gi.
He calls it the crush velvet. Right?
That's what it is.
Yeah, he calls it the dressing down.
So he's say.
Stomach sore.
So he's done 2 hours of this, right? Okay.
Yeah, 10,000 came. We're down to he's whittled it down to 1,000 very early doors.
Yeah.
He's managed to get rid of 9 straight away.
Yeah, right.
Before even choking, that was just a few people that were like, a few women just, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, people
That's
refuse.
That's not for me.
Remember, MTV are covering all this as well,
he's only
aren't they?
choked 4.
Yeah.
He only choked 4 women.
And he's
and the rest were like...
Yeah, the other 8,996 were like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Get me out of here.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So in my head, I had a barge of unconscious women, but no. There's
That's just your fantasy area.
yeah. It's like the D-Day landings. There's like they're in rows. You know what I mean?
Right.
There were kung fu moves.
He's obsessed with his kung fu. He isn't getting stopped, which is mad. It's all being like televised, and he's.
Yeah. I reckon he opens the festival by karate chopping a ribbon. You know what? I declare this festival open.
The first one doesn't go through. He has to recenter himself.
Yeah. He just pulls both the poles down. Oh, fuck. Put it back up. Pull it tighter. Pull it tighter.
Puts a razor in his hand just to make sure.
That is very funny. Right, so we're down to the last 1,000. Last 1,000 women. It's 8 p.m. It's the slot just before the headliner. Who is like the warm up to Elton John?
Before Elton John. What if it's like Whitney Houston? I want to dance with somebody, something like that. How will I know? I'm trying to think of like big voice. And
I just as another suggestion, I was thinking if it was like a slow number, like a slow music number, and it was like it was slow dancing with everybody. He slow danced around like 1,000 women. It was like,
Yeah.
You over there.
Yeah.
Oh.
He spins them in the direction that he wants.
Yeah, like a Kaylee.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a Kaylee, but loads of women going past him. Like,
yeah. And I like that. He spins them in the direction like, nope.
Yeah. So it's like a dance floor, and as he spins them one way, if he likes them, if he spins them the other way, the tile opens and they just disappear.
Right. Yeah. Okay. And how many does he whittle down on this slow dance? What's the song? The slow dancing 2?
I think we said George Michael, maybe Careless Whisper.
Yeah,
It's a romantic song, yeah.
He knows how to dance to that.
Yeah.
Obviously, he has to stop every so often for the solo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of the tricks. If the woman doesn't stop dancing, he's like, "You're not paying attention."
Yeah.
Down the chute.
Yeah, he goes, wham, you're gone.
Down the chute.
Yeah, I like that. Right. Okay. So
By the way, we should say the chute is safe. It is a water slide, so the
Yeah.
ladies
Yeah.
get to have fun right at the end.
yeah, exactly. Because
And
they
water's
made it.
like back to the mainland.
Yeah.
They made it so far, and it's the least that they deserve.
Yeah.
For, you know what I mean?
It's
A
a
bit of
disused oil pipe.
yeah.
Filthy when they get that.
Yeah, but it's so quick 'cause it's just
Yeah.
slick.
Yeah. Yeah. Ringing the clothes on the way out just to get that oil money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they go home with at least a £5 worth of oil each.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, fill up your car.
Try and get on the bus with a £5 worth of oil.
It is a fiver worth. You know, like how do you convince someone of that?
Like stamps, legal tender.
Okay, right. So it's Elton John is about to reach the stage. Just before we sort of dive into this last little bit, what is the final line, the red line, Mickey?
And God replied, "All you do is moan."
And God replied, "All you do is mourn."
Perfect. I think he's down to like 5 or 10 now.
Right. Okay. So
Yeah,
he's got rid of.
I think it's right. It's right before the headliner, so he needs to be like.
Elton John is gutted that he's playing to only 10 people. Like,
Yeah.
and a pile of bodies.
What if, right, so it's Elton John comes on. Elton John's set, it's a full 90-minute set.
Yeah.
Right? So, you know, he opens with
He's got a
like...
couple of songs, hasn't he?
Yeah, Crocodile
Yeah.
Rock. He opens with Crocodile Rock. So
Yeah.
it's like, "That me and Susie had so much fun." And he's like dancing around and it's building and building and building. I think if the last song has got to be "Are You Ready for Love?"
I do like that. Does Elton John do any duets with women?
He doesn't do any with any of the women, but he does do one with Bob Dylan.
Wow, okay, right.
Right. Okay. I like that.
So,
Right. Just because that sounds like a Bob Dylan lyric, that might be shit. We can move on.
No.
I also imagine him doing the George Michael bit in "Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me," and seeing how they respond.
Well, I was thinking. The only reason I was thinking with the duet thing, if Elton John did have a song with a woman, I'm sure he does.
Yeah, he's not gonna break my heart.
Don't Go Breaking My Heart, and they're basically
Cheeky Day, something she's got. I can't think of it.
Kiki D.
Kiki D.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think he's into his music and he likes the like a woman's voice singing, and he is like, right, you're performing with Elton John, like you're taking Kiki
That's a
D's
great
role.
shout.
Yeah.
And-
What if Chester himself is quite the singer, and he comes on and performs with Elton John?
Yeah, I
And so
like
it's
that.
It's like they're going, "Here's your party piece to show the ladies what you can do."
Yeah, MTV would love that.
Yeah.
MTV would love that.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Let's pitch it.
Yeah,
Hear us out. There's a shoot.
right. And just to add a bit of like tension to this last bit, because I like this. He's going to get on stage as Elton John. He's going to trial these women as Kiki D. But Mummy has got to be involved somehow, and Rupert. Are they like backstage?
I reckon
Like,
they're hiding in the piano.
right, okay.
So they're like going to pull the wrongs to make it sound bad when he's playing. That's what I imagine. So they're trying to sabotage the big final moment.
They're trying to sabotage the moment. They're trying to gain the wart.
Yeah.
They still want the wart off his nose, yeah?
Yeah.
And God replied, "All you do is mourn." So just have them in the back of our minds.
Okay.
Okay, so how does the song start with Elton John?
Don't Go Breaking My Heart.
Yeah.
What?
No,
No, don't go breaking my heart.
No.
I couldn't if
Is that how it starts?
yeah, that's right.
Honey, if I get restless.
Baby, I'm not that kind. Nobody knows us. Nobody knows. And one of the women doesn't reply, and he goes, "You're gone."
Yeah, they've got to know the
I
lyrics.
gave
Yeah.
you my heart.
Oh,
I gave you my heart.
Yeah.
And then we're into it again and again and again.
yeah. I like that.
I think
Whittles
there's-
it down to 3.
I think there's one woman that's like really catching his eye.
Right, okay, I
Yeah.
think so as well, because
Yeah.
we've got like a couple of minutes to wrap this
Tickling
story.
his warts.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
he
But plot twist: the woman is Mummy.
Ooh.
Yeah,
This
because
is-
she's only 45.
She's only 4. Yeah, she's only 4
Right.
years older than him.
I thought this at the
And-
start, actually.
yeah.
Which,
And they're not blood related.
No,
No.
no.
No, yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
So she's rubbing his nose with Veruca thing.
Well, she knows what the dad used to like.
No, I
Yeah,
think
maybe
Remember the dad used
maybe
to
the
love
wart's a G spot.
it. Yeah.
Well, I was
That's funny.
thinking
I love
that through this festival, obviously, she's seen all these women come and try and like get with Chester Foxington,
the fourth.
Fucking hell, the fourth. And I think that she's been like, you know what? You've actually done an amazing job here. Like, you've done really well. I've seen a side of you that I've never seen before. If I get with you, then my son's heir to the throne anyway, and you're happy. You know what I mean? It's sort of winner-winner all round in a way.
I think she's a really attractive woman. I
Yeah,
think.
she's very attractive.
And I don't think... It's like, there's always been this tension between him because he's thinking, oh, you're only after the money.
Yeah.
But who knows? I think, like you said, it's down to the final woman, and it is her, like, in disguise.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so... All right, okay.
I'm just throwing it out there.
I like the idea of it being her, but she's been in disguise. Does that mean she has to then reveal herself?
Yeah, well, does she, or is it like...
I think she just jumps out of the piano and tries to stop the whole thing and declares her love for him.
Right.
And he says, Mummy, we don't have anything in common. And she goes, is that right? And then bows at him, like in Taekwondo. Right. And starts to show him some of her homemade kata.
Yeah.
And he's like a fellow warrior.
And she has like a Miyagi-Do,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a t-shirt on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this.
So she springs out the piano.
Yeah.
And
Backflips out of it.
backflips out of it.
I think it's one of them intense fight scenes like you see in like romantic comedies where they're both a secret agent and then they have like this intense sort of fight
I had like
together.
Mortal Kombat in my head. Like on each side of the stage and be like,
They're both like not moving. They're both not moving. They're bouncing like.
Elton John's going, Saturday!
Like, slow it down. You're really old.
Saturday!
Right, okay. So
That's a funny image.
Okay, so they've
On his back.
so they fight, which they think to the death, and it gets to the point where is she ready to sort of like deal the final blow, or he is, and instead of like the death, it's like it's an embrace.
Well,
it's
Mr.
like
and Mrs. Smith, the film. You know, when they're fighting that.
Well, it's maybe it's an ancient lovemaking dance fight.
exactly,
So
yeah.
it gets right to the end and it looks like she's about to kill him.
Yeah.
And he says, I see you know the 5-finger love touch.
Yeah.
You know, and she's like, oh yeah, I learned that ancient technique a long time ago.
So they've been fighting and like periodically tearing their own clothes off bit by bit as they're fighting, so they're completely bolloco.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what I'm thinking is, I think a nice little wrap up to this is, obviously, I think we've got to the point where it looks like them two are getting together. Yeah. And God replied, all you do is mourn. I think they do end up getting married. They've agreed that, this is the right thing to do. And Rupert starts praying in his room. Religious. Because obviously he's thinking...
Well, he's missed it now because if
Exactly.
they have a kid, that kid's the heir.
Yeah.
Exactly. And like, he's going, why? I'm like... God, why have you made this happen? Like, you've made me really athletic. You've made me, like, all these things. I'm a good leader as well. Like, you give me all these things, but you've let this happen. And the clouds open, and God replies.
All you do is moan.
I think that's a good ending. I like that.
Yeah, I like it.
So they live
Then
out-
Rupert goes, huh?
Yeah.
And God goes, all you do is moan. And he's like, what? Nothing.
giant finger comes between the crowd. You.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, so
No, I like that.
And what I do like, just as a nice little final image, after they've made love on stage, the two budgies sort of fly towards them as like symbolic of lovebirds. You know what I mean? Because they've been missing all this time.
Yeah.
I just think that's nice.
The budgies land on both their heads.
Yeah.
And they both go,
They bring a ring.
And then it's
They both bring rings.
and it's like for the ending, it's like a heart transition. Do you know when it's like it fades to black, but with a heart like that, nice and corny.
So that happens, and then are there like three women in front of him just clapping, or is that like?
No,
I think
all the women have gone.
Yeah, they've
Right.
it fast forwards then to the first time he's off the Isle of Man.
Yeah.
He's in a maternity ward in London.
Yeah.
And he's running in a wet coat. He's been out in the rain and he's running.
Yeah.
And he's like, I need to find my mummy, my wife, mummy.
Yeah, that'd be really.
And the nurse is like, sir, you can't come in here. And he's like, don't tell me what to do. I'm Chester Foxington IV. And he kicks the door open. She's in labour. And a baby comes out and it zooms in on the baby's nose and it doesn't have a wart.
Oh.
That is I like
There's
that.
like a Marvel thing at the end.
Yeah.
The post credits.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Superb.
Right. Yeah. Well done. Fantastic. That was.
Mickey, that was good.
Yeah, that was brilliant. So what we do is we're literally just going to have a small break now. When we come back, we're going to find out what the name of this film would be, what the soundtrack to it would be, and where the poster would look, as well as your offering to the pot for the next guest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we will be back in a second.
Just a little bit.
And we're back. Mickey, so funny.
It was good.
That was great fun. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I'd watch that movie.
Yeah, of course you would.
Yeah, no, I'd definitely watch it.
I'd go alone. You know what I mean? 4DX. No, you can smell the oil.
How did you find, because obviously you was a bit concerned at the start being the lead writer, but how did you find it as an experience?
I reckon I could probably write a sitcom now.
Yeah.
I think it's time for me to go to the BBC and be like, listen, I've got an idea.
People leave here with a false sense of confidence every time.
I always think, like, where you end up getting to with these, like, imagery-wise, I can see it so vividly when we're talking about it. It's so good.
Yeah, I just think it's just a lot of fun. Like every guest that comes on, it's just like it's just silly. You know what I mean? Like, not, you're just playing with an idea, and it just keeps rolling and rolling and rolling. But
and there's no wrong answer either. Like, well, we found that out today. There's no wrong answer, but no, it's yes. I'm glad you enjoyed it, mate.
yeah,
It was fun.
Any highlights? Any highlights from today's story?
The chokehold.
yeah, maybe.
That was.
I think Saturday as well.
In a hospital bed. Stop it!
Yeah.
It's fucking Thursday.
Yeah, you're an old man.
What I was thinking was, if we was putting a title on this piece, so if we imagined if it was a film or a TV show, what would it be called?
I think you said it.
Or was it
I think you said it. Circle of Wife.
Yeah. I think that has to be it.
Yeah, there's
Circle of Wife.
I can't think of anything else that's like. Usually we'll spend about 5 minutes trying to figure something out, and it's punny.
Yeah.
I think you've hit the nail.
You know what? You would 100% see on reality TV that title, wouldn't you? Of a program, Circle of Wife,
And a tagline as well, maybe.
Oh yeah, we like a tagline. So if it was like Circle of Wife, and then boom, boom, boom.
The love story of Chester something.
What if it's like like Circle of Wife, like it was right under your nose, like the you know what I mean, like the idea of it being
like Wharton Peace.
Wharton
Wharton Peace.
Wharton Peace, I like that.
yeah.
Circle of Wife, Wharton Peace. Yeah. I love that.
Well, they don't get picked up straight away. That's good. No, we have to edit this bit. Yeah.
And if we was thinking of like what the soundtrack would be to this, you know, like if they was doing like a montage on TV or for the film, what would the soundtrack be to it? Is it an Elton John song? Is it something a bit different?
I think you're gonna have to go Nickelback for something like this.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Gonna have this like for the trailer. There's a slow motion bit of him like just twanging the wart. Then you hear like, now that the world isn't ending.
Yeah. What's it called? That song? The one from Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. He's just there in a velvet gi with nunchucks.
Yeah.
Slow motion.
It's all in slow.
Yeah.
Like 90s style editing. I like that. I think that is very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
then the voice comes in this summer. Chester Foxington IV.
Yeah, but it's set the man. Yeah. Real heavily Americanized. He goes, hello.
This summer.
Full British cast.
I love that. Yeah, because I think this is the first time. Like, this isn't a film or a TV show. This is reality TV in my eyes. Like, this is the first one we've ever had like this, which is good. And what would you say if we was seeing an advertisement poster-wise on like a bus shelter or something like that? What would the poster look like? What we're seeing, is it just him with his wart on his face, like a close-up?
Yeah, I think it's going to be like a kind of those sort of old James Bond, like it's sketched.
Right. Okay.
Those old kind of like,
okay.
Yeah. And it's like, you know, so there's like him like that, and like mummy's holding the bazooka tube.
What if
femme fatale?
Yeah.
And like loads of women just in bikinis.
Yeah.
At the bottom,
Do you know they say
they're all choked out. Like, he's on top of this mountain of like choked out women. With his gi open, you can see his medallion. He has a medallion for just
the silver medallion.
Yeah. But the silver medallion. Yeah. Medallion for cycling proficiency.
That's it.
Yeah, I just had because it's on an island, right? And say like no man is an island. I had like the outline of the island being his head, and there being like a big, you know, like there's a protruding rock, which is the wall.
Yeah,
and then on the island is like all the festival, like the story within it. You know what I mean?
I like
a
that.
kid's map.
Or you lay down and he is the island with all this stuff going on.
Oh yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, that's also a good idea.
Like he's laying his side. Like, thinking about his wife.
And you see like all the different stages around him and like fairground rides and things like that. I think there's good options there.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm excited to see what that looks like. And finally, I was just going to say, we ask our guests to offer a line to the pot. So it can be like a starting sentence, a last sentence, a prompt, just something that you want another guest to deal with.
Yeah. I think I'll go for, and the judge replied, oopsie doodle.
That's funny.
That can be used in so many ways.
Yeah.
Big fan.
That's good.
Is there anything, Mickey, you want to plug as well? Because obviously this will be coming out in the next few weeks.
Oh yeah, well I've got the Edinburgh show at 7:15 in the Nucleus, and I've got doing the Waterfront Hall in Belfast on the 7th of November. Tickets are available.
Nice. Is that a big room?
Yeah.
Are you doing anything?
How many are we talking?
About 1,800.
Nice.
I've already sold one out though. The second one is not selling well. I mean, it is really sought after.
That's a real 1,800 tickets, man.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Are you doing anything around Manchester at any point? Or
Not for a while, because I'm going out to Australia for a month for a holiday.
Cool.
And then I'm doing a sort of maybe October, November time in between. I'll try and pick some stuff up.
Nice.
But yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah. Well, if you're ever in Manchester, like it'd be great to come and meet you and get
Yeah.
That's where our studio is as well, so you can do it again.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
100%.
And also, you got a podcast as well.
Yeah. I've got a podcast called Deck Chair and Yums. It's me and a comedian, Connor Keys, just talking shit, essentially once a week. And that's what pays my rent. So
yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. Well, we'll get everything tagged in, sort of the description and everything as well for everything. So yeah, I think that has been brilliant. Thank you once again, Mickey, for coming on the pod.
Thank you very much, mate.
And if you enjoyed it, just go and tell people. Like, it makes a massive difference, and keep leaving them reviews. We've had nothing but 5 stars, mate, across the board. So yeah, just keep giving us them, because it does help.
Brilliant. Yeah, what he said. So yeah, that has been All Made Up with Micky Bartlett. Bartlett, fuck off. Yeah. That has been.
I can't say it either. Don't worry about it.
Leave that in. Yeah.
That has been All Made Up with Micky Bartlett. Thank you.
Go.
That's got to stay in, Liz.